Hi everyone, my name is Yoon. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you guys some of my tips that I have adapted into my lifestyle to help me save money, be more sustainable, as well as adopt more of a minimalistic lifestyle. Now the first one is I have a rule when it comes to shopping. And this is something that I would say is a little bit more recent over the past few months, is that I have a one in, one out rule. What I do is I try to replace the same exact item but with higher quality. And so recently I've shared in my top 10 winter favorites video, I can put that in the link below if you want to check that out. I recently bought a coat, and that coat, that style of coat was actually something that I had in my wardrobe, but it was of a lesser quality, and I wore that old coat for a really long time, and so it was time for me to upgrade to a better coat with a similar style. Along the note of minimalism and just being mindful as you go through your own journey of finding your own style, finding things that are forever pieces in your collection, I do believe in investing in quality over quantity, and that's something that I've really fully embraced and tried to do that with the mindset of things that I'm bringing to my home are pieces that I would like to keep forever. So my tip number 2 for a more sustainable, minimalistic, and conscious lifestyle is buy less disposables. I am someone who loves using Tupperware in my kitchen. So for example, for cling wrap, I would replace that with the beeswax papers that you can reuse and recycle. Another big change that I've made in my lifestyle was actually moving away from menstrual pads and liners and more towards the menstrual cup, as well as menstrual underwear. And so I've always been a fan of the Diva cup, and I found out about menstrual cups on YouTube, and 3 years ago I purchased my first Diva cup, and I still have it with me today. And I just think about the amount of waste that I was able to avoid is a really significant change in my life. Now the third tip I want to share with you is buy secondhand. When I settled into my New York City apartment, everything except for my my bed, my mattress, as well as my sofa were purchased off of Craigslist. And so, for example, the mirror behind me, it's an IKEA mirror that I purchased off of some lovely couple's home, and it's in really great condition. I also, right now, this camera is actually on top of my bedside table, and there's a pair of bedside tables I also purchased off of Craigslist. I really do believe that purchasing furniture secondhand, that's certainly doable, especially if you have a family member or friends that can help you with the transportation. I also really like to shop secondhand when it comes to clothing, especially when there are really high quality clothing that you can find in the secondhand, and all you really have to do is either hand wash them yourself, machine wash them, or dry and clean them. My tip number 4 is along the line of shopping secondhand is make sure you find a way to repurpose them. Either donate them, or you can also sell them on websites such as eBay, Craigslist, either for direct cash or repurposing it by giving it to charity. The 5th tip that I have is actually when it comes to shopping, I am someone who likes to hold on to receipts. So I actually have a small envelope of receipts that I've purchased things over the course of the past month, and then I would just keep them just in case I change my mind about anything that I purchased. I have absolutely no shame in going back to a store to return something if I really haven't used it. I just bought it and I never use it. My tip number 6 is also along the lines of shopping. I am someone who never pays retail. I shop at stores such as Century 21, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. And so I have a funny story to share. When I was in grad school, I was a crazy coupon lady, I must say. I had coupons for drugstore, like Rite Aid, CVS, and I would buy a lot of things for really cheap. I'm sure you can find these crazy coupon stories or videos on YouTube as well as other websites, but I did that, in which case I remember I paid like $3 for like 4 toothpaste. Of course, I'm already past those days, in which case I'm trying not to hoard and just buy things when I need them. And then other websites I use for saving additional cash or finding out what the latest coupon codes are Ebates. I am an avid Ebates user. I love Ebates. I highly recommend that to anybody who's not on Ebates and do a lot of online shopping. My 7th tip is actually to always plan and budget. I am a stickler for budgeting. I keep track of my budget and my spending on an Excel file, and I keep track of it on a monthly basis so that it tells me exactly what categories I spend the most on, as well as how much money I've spent that entire month. And that just really helps me budget, in that makes me become more mindful of what I'm using my money on. The 8th tip is actually something related to a kitchen item that I've been raving about, and a lot of my friends and family members have heard about this from me, is invest in an Instant Pot. And it's one of those hassle-free cooking ware items that you leave in your kitchen. You can stow away or put away if you're not using it. So what would normally take me time to cook on the stovetop, 20 minutes, would just take me about 10 minutes, and I don't need to babysit my stove. So I highly recommend an Instant Pot. Now there's a lot of recipes available on YouTube. I highly recommend you check it out. I myself have only used certain functions on Instant Pot, and I can't say how life-changing it's actually been. My 9th tip is actually get a library card. I know in this day and age, like, who has a library card? Well, I do. I use my library card not by physically visiting a library. I use it for online purposes. So now a lot, especially the New York Public Library, they have a massive database of ebooks, of audiobooks that you can check out, and you can actually have it right on your phone or your iPad, whatever device that you're using. I use this device called Overdrive, and Overdrive is essentially your library, and you can add different libraries and different library cards on the Overdrive app. And what you see here is that you're able to log into your library account. You're able to search for books, and you're also able to check out books or audiobooks. So it could be ebook or audiobook. And then it downloads the file, and it stores on your phone or whatever device you're using. I have mine setting on 21 days, and then after the 21 days is up, you can return the item if you're already done with it, or the app itself automatically returns for you. I just love the fact that I don't need to buy books. I do enjoy reading. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and so having a library card is really great, because essentially knowledge is at your fingertips. It's on your phone. So highly recommend you, if you haven't got your library card yet, make sure you go out and get your library card and download the app to check out some cool books. Now my final tip is to have more plants in your home. And I've already talked about my 2019 plants wish list, and I'll link that video below as well. And I really enjoy having plants at home because it does help you feel more in touch with nature. I know that's such a weird saying, but I love to have greenery at home. I think it makes my home more organic. It also makes there are some plants that also makes the air in your home better, and I really like that earthy look in my apartment because it really warms. It's really my style, to be honest, and so I really enjoy having plants, having more of the earthy tones, the browns, the greens, and of course flowers. I also have eucalyptus in my shower, and I just think that brings a lot of warmth to your home. So thank you so much for watching my video today, and hope you find some inspiration from the 10 tips that I've shared with you. I don't exactly know how to categorize them, but these are things that I do, and I find that it's really been making a difference in my personal lifestyle that I'm sharing with you guys. Let me know in the comments below, which one do you find resonates with you? And then also feel free to share with me your tips as well. I'm always in my learning mode, especially when I always looking for inspiration myself as well. And so thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!